Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. Nothing's permanent. Not even death. Oh my god, the movie that wasn't gonna be made! Our star is dead! Crap! But Terry Gilliam is like, we will make this movie anyway! Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell like, I'll help you. Now Terry Gilliam, his past work would be Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which I, of course really like. It's not one of my favorite comedies like it is with a lot of people, but I think it's really funny. 12 Monkeys is pretty good. I actually really like The Brothers Grimm. No one else really does, but I really like that movie. Absolutely hate Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I think that's a very overrated movie. I think it's horrible. I haven't seen Brazil because I can't find it. I think that's all I've seen of him. But anyway, I like this movie. A lot of people aren't, but I did like this movie, and I was really looking forward to it. Apparently the whole thing with Heath Ledger is they filmed at least most of his scenes outside of the Imaginarium before he passed. But they hadn't filmed any of his scenes inside the Imaginarium, so they made it to where when he goes inside the Imaginarium, he takes forms of other people. That's when Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell come in. Johnny Depp is in the movie for exactly 2 minutes, basically. You see his whole performance in the trailer, so don't go and see if you're just gonna see it for Johnny Depp. Same with Jude Law, he wasn't really in it very much at all. Colin Farrell, a good, at least, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes maybe. He was in it more than the other two, at least. I didn't really care. It was really, Heath Ledger did good here. It was really good to see Heath Ledger on screen again. The acting is really good here. Christopher Plummer, Vern Troyer actually plays a pretty big part. Yes, Mini-Me. Story is really, really weird. It's like you'd kind of expect from this director. Now, in the end, it made sense. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, I do like this movie. I can, for the most part, explain the story to you. I think it makes sense. But while watching it, you might not really be involved with the story because instead of rooting for a character or something to happen, you might just be trying to figure it out. Because the style of narrative, just kind of keeps you guessing on a lot of things until the end. Which, kind of worked. For the most part, the story really just needed to be a little tighter. It's like they didn't reveal some things until 75% way into the film. And yeah, the story was just kind of all over the place. In the end, I think it made a good film. It could have been better with, a tighter story, a more focused story. Because a lot of stuff is going on and, a lot of stuff changes. And in the end, it's kind of okay. Is it because of the passing of Heath Ledger? Maybe. The ending isn't great, and I think that might be why, but I don't know. But the story is really weird, but it does have some really good ideas. There are some things in the very end that I thought were really clever and really well done. This movie is beautiful to look at, especially inside the Imaginarium when he goes CG happy. It's really, really cool. The big problem with this movie is the story is just kind of all over the place, and it might confuse others, but I got it. Could have been a better narrative, that's all. It's an interesting story. It is really, really weird, though. At the very end, the conclusion isn't great. It could have been better. It's pretty good. But for the most part, I did really like this movie, actually. I would recommend seeing it. I can't promise you're going to like it, because it definitely is really, really weird. But, I think it's ambitious. I think it took a lot of risks. I'm really interested in the story. I was really intrigued, There are a few dragging parts, especially when they first introduce Heath Ledger. The pacing isn't great. It goes on for a while without even introducing Heath Ledger's character, and then it takes a while, trying to develop his character to the point where, he actually finally goes into the Imaginarium. It's not too long of a movie, but still the pacing wasn't very good. But still, good movie. I would recommend seeing it. I'm not sure how big of a release it has right now. I don't think it has too big of a release right now, but it's in my town, so I saw it. And I'm glad I did. I did enjoy it. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I've been really super duper lazy lately. I saw Sherlock Holmes on Christmas Day and never got around to doing a review for it. I really liked it. I give it an 8 out of 10. And I also saw It's Complicated, which I thought was pretty good. I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10. That's not too high of a rating, but I actually liked it. It's a very flawed movie. Alec Baldwin, Meryl Streep, and Steve Martin are three people I like seeing in a room together smoking weed. So yeah, I did like that movie. It's just pretty flawed. Still, both of those movies I would recommend you to go see, along with Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. Goodbye!